Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Jadon Sancho is pushing for a transfer to Manchester United. Borussia Dortmund want bonuses in the Jadon Sancho deal. Manchester United are working on an offer that will include success bonuses. Jadon Sancho's camp think his move to Manchester United is a done deal. In Dortmund, they think it could happen next week. The Athletic sense that a deal for Jadon Sancho should get done. Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund are around 11 million apart in the valuation for Jadon Sancho. Borussia Dortmund are demanding around £78 million plus add-ons. Man United had an opening offer of £67 million rejected for Sancho. Fabrizio Romano said the other day that Man United reached an agreement with Jadon Sancho's camp. The personal terms have been agreed with Jadon Sancho, and a 5-year contract has been agreed worth £350,000 a week. We just need to come to an agreement now on a fee with Borussia Dortmund, and Man United do remain in negotiations with Dortmund over the sale of Sancho. Dortmund have set a transfer deadline for Sancho. They said he will remain at Borussia Dortmund if Man United have not matched Borussia Dortmund's valuation by the end of July. Jadon Sancho has a gentleman's agreement with Borussia Dortmund to join Manchester United in this summer transfer window. I'm convinced that Sancho to Man United is going to happen. It has been a long-running transfer saga because we've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years or so. Last summer, Sancho to Man United was extremely close because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him last summer is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. But Dortmund have lowered their asking price from what they was demanding last summer. Dortmund set a deadline last year. They said we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We obviously missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But I've always known there's been something in Jadon Sancho to Manchester United because it has been stemming from reliable journalists You know, Fabrizio Romano's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too was Christian Falk from Bild. Sancho did say the other week that he actually wanted his future resolved before the start of the Euros. The Euros has obviously now begun. Borussia Dortmund have been looking for replacements. I think Man United will make another bid for Sancho, and then that should be enough to convince Dortmund to offload him. He's endured 4 years at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, so Dortmund are going to make a huge profit on him. And he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. But yeah, he'll be a great signing for Manchester United because he'll dramatically improve us. You know, Sancho's a player that's good at creating chances. He can score very good goals. I'm convinced he'll exceed expectations in the Premier League. He's predominantly a right winger. He's still young, he's got a lot of development in him, and he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. Sancho and Marcus Rashford do touch base with each other a lot. So yeah, they are the reasons. Now, Manchester United could sign Kieran Trippier in this summer transfer window. Atletico Madrid have said they'll only sell Kieran Trippier if his £35 million release clause is met. Football Insider recently said that we had an opening offer of 10 million rejected for Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier recently told his England teammates that he wants to make a move to Man United. The Athletic said not so long ago that we begun negotiations with Atletico Madrid to sign Kieran Trippier. The player has been house hunting, so that's fueled speculation. We was in for Kieran Trippier in the January transfer window, but we culled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. Everton have been in for him, and so too have Arsenal. There's been talks of a Kieran Trippier and Hector Bellerin swap deal. Kieran Trippier's current contract at Atletico Madrid expires next year. Atletico Madrid paid £20 million for him from Tottenham. He's highly experienced, he's 30 years of age. He won the La Liga with Atletico last season. The reason we want Kieran Trippier is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Manchester United at the moment. Raphael Varan, Manchester United have been linked with him. Raphael Varan is refusing a contract at Real Madrid. Fabrizio Romano said that not so long ago. Man United tabled a contract offer for Raphael Varan. Says it's €12 million a year. That equates to just over £10 million in pounds sterling. Real Madrid cannot match these demands. Real Madrid will sell Raphael Varan for £52 million in this summer transfer window. Mundo Deportivo did say that Real Madrid have lowered their asking price for Raphael Varan. I can assure he's leaving Real Madrid. His contract talks at Real Madrid stalled a while ago. His current contract expires next year. Not so long ago, Varan spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the start of the Euros. And Man United have held talks with his representatives. Romano did say towards the end of last season that Varan is the main name on our list, and we was waiting to see what happened with his situation at Real Madrid. Not so long ago though, Real Madrid were demanding £60 million for Varan. They rejected a £40 million bid not so long ago. I think Varan wants to come to the Premier League. You know, we went in for him 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Varan would be a great signing for us. You know, he'd complement Harry Maguire very, very well in our back line. You know, he's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he would exceed expectations in the Premier League. You obviously know the news regarding Harry Kane. Harry Kane wants to leave Tottenham. Doesn't he? But where will Harry Kane be playing next season? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants Harry Kane. It's going to take an offer of around 150 million to convince Tottenham to offload him. Obviously, reports was coming out last month saying that Harry Kane had put in a transfer request. The summer transfer window is open. It officially opened on the 9th of June. I'm expecting Manchester United to be very active in this summer transfer window, but I'm also expecting teams around us to be active in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did say just before the transfer window opened, he wants around 4 new signings in this summer transfer window in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. And I'm convinced we can challenge for the title next season, providing that we recruit well in this summer transfer window. The other week, Solskjaer had been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. And the board have said they'll back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. I think it is a mistake giving Solskjaer this new 3-year deal. I think quite a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect because Solskjaer will not see out this new 3-year deal. Ollie's still got under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. So we should wait until he sees out his current contract and then analyse how things have gone and decide not whether to give him this new 3-year deal. Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves now, obviously reflecting on what the board have recently said Plus, we've got John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And Darren Fletcher knows the club through thick and thin. He endured 2 decades as a player for Man United. And Matt Judge, he's been part of the club for a long time. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. We are going to offload players in this summer transfer window, so reflecting on that, our transfer budget will increase. The players I think should leave is De Gea. But De Gea now may not leave because De Gea recently come out and said that he's convinced he'll stay at Manchester United. And be Solskjaer's number 1 next season. I think we should offload Phil Jones. We need to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities, because Brandon Williams seldom plays for us. He's our 3rd choice left back. We need to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. He's out on loan with AC Milan at the moment. I'd say we need to offload Victor Lindelof, but we won't get rid of him in this summer transfer window. Lindelof will be with us next season, but I can assure Lindelof hasn't got a long-term future from now at the club. I think we need to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. He's out on loan with Lazio at the moment. We need to offload Nemanja Matic, because he isn't one of our first choice midfielders. Despite that, though, he still gets his chances. And plus, I've got my reservations about Matic. He's always been a static player, and plus he's ageing up. We need to offload Van der Beek. Nothing to do with him being a bad player. It's just that he doesn't get enough opportunities at Man United. Last season, I recall him starting 4 games in the league. Most of his appearances came from the bench. Said not so long ago that Donny van der Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. But he said towards the end of last season that we will reject any offers for Van der Beek. Reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. Van der Beek's only endured 1 full season at Man United. He recently got ruled out of the Euros through injury. I think we also need to offload Juan Mata, but the Telegraph's Mike McGrath said not so long ago that Man United were in talks with Juan Mata over an extension on his contract. Juan Mata's current contract expires at the end of this month. And Anthony Martial, I think we also need to offload him. I think a lot of United fans want Martial to go. But there again, like I updated you not so long ago, it said Solskjaer made his decision on Martial's future. He's told the Glazers that he wants Martial to stay because he thinks he's got a big role to play next season. Next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Next season will be Solskjaer's 3rd full season, and I think next season Solskjaer's got to win a trophy if he is to remain Manchester United manager. Because Solskjaer's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, which is 4 years ago. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Last season wasn't a successful season for Man United. Solskjaer accepted that. If we'd have won the Europa League, it would have been a successful season. if we start off next season badly, then I think the pressure will be on Solskjaer. Then he probably will end up getting sacked. So the question is, if we do decide to eventually sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? We need someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who would suit the trappings of the club. Solskjaer has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 30 months. So that's over 2 years, and he's enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United. Obviously, these United fans that are Ole out, they've got their reasons behind it. But I presume there's still United fans that are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. He does deserve next season. Like I've said to you before, managers need time. Not every manager settles in straight away. But I can assure he isn't the long-term manager for Man United. I do have my concerns about Ole. My 2 biggest concerns about Ole is that he hasn't got a proven pedigree as a manager, and his decision-making concerns because in a lot of his games at Man United he's been tactically naive. But there again, there's been some games where he's showed tactical flexibility, but he's got to show tactical flexibility persistently. There's also positives as well regarding Solskjaer. To be honest with you, I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. So I'm shocked in that aspect. You've got to say Solskjaer's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. And in certain aspects, Solskjaer has brought consistency back. And I think he's our best manager since Ferguson, despite him not winning a trophy yet. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. Solskjaer knew he had to come in and do a lot. And since Solskjaer's come in, he has made good signings so far. He's spent almost £300 million and must have brought around 13, 14 players in. A lot of the players he's brought in, he's obviously brought Daniel James in, brought Wan-Bissaka in and Harry Maguire in the summer of 2019. January 2020, brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Ighalo in on loan. But we let Ighalo leave in January this year. And in the summer of 2020, Solskjaer brought Donny van de Beek in, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Amad Diallo Traore, Facundo Palestre and Telles. We did actually loan Palestre out in January. And in this summer transfer window, Tom Eaton's incoming. He's undergoing his medical in the final week of June. Tom Eaton has agreed a 2-year contract with Man United with an option of a 3rd year. And obviously Jadon Sancho is incoming. Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of the deadwood as well since he's come in. We recently released 8 players. 6 of them were academy players. Sergio Romero recently got released, and so too did Joel Pereira. But in the other transfer windows, Ole's enjoyed. A lot of players have gone. He's got rid of the likes of Ashley Young. Got rid of Valencia. They were 2 long-serving players at Man United. Got rid of Chris Smalling. He was a long-serving player at the club. Offloaded Darmian. We offloaded Ander Herrera. We got rid of Marion Fellaini in January 2019. We offloaded Angel Gomez. We got rid of Alexis Sanchez. We got rid of Romelu Lukaku. Also, Who else? Got rid of Timothy Foster-Mensah. He left in January. Got rid of Marcus Rojo. We have loaned quite a few players out. Loaned Jesse Lingard out in January. He's looking for a permanent move away from Man United. Loaned Pereira and Delo out. Loaned Teden Mengi out. I think we loaned Dylan Levitt out, didn't we? We loaned Tahith Chong out. We loaned Dishan Bernard out. So there you go. And, you know, Solskjaer did well in a lot of aspects last season. You know, he got us to the EFL Cup semi-final, got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, got us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but you still got to credit Solskjaer for getting us to the final. It was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season got us a second place finish, but that wasn't an achievement. And last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, which was a record. You know, in all his first full season, he got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. We are into the Champions League for next season, which is good news from a Man United perspective. You know, we appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We gave him the job permanently in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager, because Solskjaer won like 14 games out of 19 in all competitions. It was a 3-month period. You'd know the news on Paul Pogba. Sky Sports recently said that Man United opened talks with Paul Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Paul Pogba insists that he's not in contract negotiations with Man United. He recently said, "We fear losing Paul Pogba on a free transfer. We fear that he's running down his contract to leave on a 3. Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1-year extension on his contract. Towards the end of last season, it said that Man United offered Paul Pogba a new £400,000 a week contract. But it says Pogba was demanding in the excess of £500,000 a week, and it said we'll sell Pogba if he doesn't sign a new contract this summer." Solskjaer's come out and said he's hopeful that Pogba will stay and sign a new contract because he's aware of how much of an imperative player he is. He said we could lose Pogba if Ronaldo leaves Juventus. It says Juventus are interested in bringing Paul Pogba back, but in order to do so, they'll have to sell Cristiano Ronaldo to afford Pogba. Obviously, there is a lot of rumours of Ronaldo coming back to Man United because Ronaldo's representatives have been in contact with Man United. I presume a lot of United fans, or all United fans I should say, would take Ronaldo back at the club despite him being the age of 36. But I want Paul Pogba to stay for next season because we've been getting the best out of him in recent months. He does bring creativity to the team. And in games last season, we played him in an advanced role. He's much better in an advanced role than he is in a deeper role. He's our most expensive signing at the moment. Paid $89 million for him, and he's endured 5 seasons at Manchester United since he rejoined. Not so long ago, Joe Glazer had a fans forum. It was his first attendance in like, what, 15, 16 year, and he promised to give the manager financial backing, because towards the end of last season, there was a lot of Man United fans protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford. Obviously, we know Woodward's standing down at the end of the year, because it got announced earlier on this year that Woodward resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. I presume all United fans were happy with the news regarding Woodward, because Woodward's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a while. Woodward's had a 16-year association with Man United. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.